Theranos, and this is my case study PowerPoint. The start of Theranos. The company was founded by Elizabeth Holmes in 2003. She was a college dropout. She attended Stanford. The company was focused on revolutionizing blood testing. Theranos claimed it could run over 200 tests just from a small sample of blood. The rapid growth of the company, Theranos got over 700 million from investors, at one point reaching 9 billion. The company was able to get partnerships with Walgreens and Safeway. Holmes was described as the next Steve Jobs. Category of white-collar crime. Theranos case typically classified as business fraud and corporate fraud. Corporate fraud is basically dishonest practices used by individuals working for a company, typically involving financial misrepresentation to mislead regulators, investors, or other stakeholders, which is what happened in the Theranos case with Holmes and Balwani. Investigators said they invested money into a non-working product as well. Deceptive and misleading advertisement. Holmes and Balwani performed securities fraud, which is when people deceive or cheat investors in stock markets by giving them false or misleading information. Holmes and Balwani overstated the value of their company, and it caused investors and shareholders to suffer financially. Attributes and motives of white-collar criminals. Holmes and Balwani pretended to be reliable business people. They claimed to create groundbreaking technology when they knew it was unreliable. They tricked investors, doctors, and the general public. Edwin Sutherland, he described white-collar crime as illegal behavior engaged in by people in positions of authority and trust. And he argued that white-collar criminals usually escape detection and punishment. Holmes and Balwani used their social status to obtain legitimacy and trust within their company. So 3 obstacles. Complexity of the crime. Sometimes the crime can be too complex for people that are investigating to know exactly what they're looking for. In this case, there were times where people in the company were using a different language that was difficult to understand. Second obstacle is the social status of the white-collar criminal or criminals. So in this case, Holmes and Balwani were seen as higher up than everybody else in their company. The lack of awareness and resources to detect certain types of white-collar crime. So many agencies, including the FDA and the SEC, were not specialized enough and didn't have the knowledge and the tools necessary to be able to identify the fraud that was going on in the company. Current statistics, number of blood tests claimed was 200 plus, but actual number of blood tests was only 12. This caused 40 Walgreens wellness centers in Arizona to be closed down, and Holmes would end up getting 4 convictions, Balwani getting 12, and then Holmes was eventually sentenced to 11 years in prison. Legislative efforts and recommendations, whistleblower protection programs, Dodd-Frank Wall Street Reform and Consumer Protection Act, which connects with the whistleblowers, strengthen whistleblower mechanisms, provide more accurate and verifiable information to investors. And this is the collapse of Theranos. It began to decline in September 2018 because they could not find a buyer. It was said that there were over 80 potential buyers, but they all declined, and the company's assets were eventually closed down. And this is the references.